entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
When I watched their game tape and their victory last week, is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
This is Smith. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On the run, it's Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Smith. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. On 3rd down, Richard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game.
Hey,
and I know
this,
it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13, Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hope. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. Past the 20. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and, boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now with Smith. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, no gain on the play.
Why does he keep doing no huddle? God damn it.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? And holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Carr going to throw. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 14 carries, 68 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Carl trying again on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Carr now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Now Carr again. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the... ...40-yard line. On first down, Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Carr to throw again. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry. Eagle. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing now is Carr, escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Huh? No, I'm losing right now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He finds Humphries. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Adam Humphries. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 21-0. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And all the way down to the 35. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now they got to get to the line quickly. After the sack on 1st down, Carr, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Tannehill. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A first down carry for Henry. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 31, Tannehill, complete. It's Henry. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball is in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Who are you talking about? I know Zane talking.
Sunday Night Football. Seems like we've seen the Seahawks quite a bit in prime time the last few weeks, and we get them again tonight as they head down to L.A. to take on the Rams, and then tomorrow night for Monday Night Football,
but you
it's
can
Giants,
buy like
Eagles from chilly Philadelphia. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. And his pass is intercepted for the...
All of a sudden he don't know what. All of a sudden he don't know what's going on. Hey, bro. I just forfeited. Man, fuck you, man. You're extra sorry, bro.